What's up, Cruel World? What's up, Freakers? IdiofreQ here, and today we're going to do a review of the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I'm here with the kids,
GenChi,
and Chin.
Special K.
And it's your boy, the ARC 1600. So with that being said, beginning with you, Genchi, what you think about the film?
I thought it was fantastic, man. I actually had a blast the entire time. I don't think I ever stopped fucking laughing. It was just phenomenal. And I was really happy that they used colors.
They did use a lot of good colors. I was thinking that same thing, especially towards the end when they hit Ego's planet. Yeah, that was great.
So beautiful.
Oh. It was beautiful. He made a reference. He said No Man's Sky, and I know a lot of people out there do not like that game. They call it No Man's Sky and stuff like that. But you were spot on because there was like this crazy amount of contrast going on.
Ark, you said it was like No Man's Sky?
Well, there was a particular moment in the film where they showed the sky and it looked like No Man's Sky.
She was sitting, which was a great scene in itself. She was sitting down in the left corner of the frame, and they had like the whole sky backdrop. And
Who is she?
That was
a lot of she's in the movie.
Yeah. What's her name?
Gamora. Gamora's the she.
Gamora was sitting there.
Gamora was sitting there.
Was she sitting by herself?
Yes, that was a beautiful scene. I thought, like just the open landscape.
It was kind of like dusty and shit.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting too. Like they paid attention to this idea of he had this beautiful part of the planet, and then also there was this desert landscape that was just flat and arid. And I don't know. I think it spoke volumes, kind of.
We definitely did say there's spoilers in this, right?
There's a lot of spoilers.
There's a lot of spoilers.
We said much. We just said
we
literally just talked about No Man's Sky.
Well, you talked about the colors, and the colors were really towards the end of the movie.
Okay, so starting off with the story, let's give this shit some structure. What did you guys think about the story?
I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was much better put together better than the first one was. Like there was a more solid story. They stuck to it. As Genchi said, they had defined characters already, so it was easier for them to probably push the plot because they didn't have to worry about character development too much. But at the same time, there was a lot of character development in the movie.
And because of that, they could jump right into the jokes. You know, I felt like for the first movie, a lot of the jokes, they were kind of funny, but they weren't laugh out loud funny. But with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I was dying just about the whole time. Drax was easily the funniest person in the whole film. And everything landed seamlessly from all acts of the movie.
So now you're talking about the story and stuff. It had great flow, if you will, from basically like set piece to set piece, from story arcs. It went really, really well.
It didn't really suffer from pacing issues.
Correct.
I felt like
it was pretty seamless for the most part, I would say, right?
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of the banter and a lot of the freedom with the jokes and really allowed that to like, I don't know, like blossom, if you will. Like, I thought it was absolutely phenomenal, and I didn't really look at my watch much when I was in the movie.
You don't wear a watch.
My phone?
For the sake of the conversation.
God damn it, man.
I've literally never seen you wear a watch before. And anytime I've ever seen a watch near you, it's always on this table right here, never on someone's wrist.
That's correct. My phone. Happy? So I didn't look at my phone much to see what time it was.
I'm glad you didn't bring your phone out, because that would have been disrespectful. What kind of dick brings his phone out during the movie?
Get out of here.
Getting back to the story, though, I think it had a solid plot, and then I think they did have like these small subplots that were not out of place. I mean, there was a very obviously family value core theme centered around it. I mean, every single character was reflecting on their family in some capacity. Drax was, Yondu was, and then the two Thanos kids, I don't know what their names are. Nebula and Gamora. Yeah, they finally, realized they're sisters and got along and everything like that. And I thought it was really good that they were pushing that stuff and it all matched the overall plot, and it didn't feel out of place. It didn't feel cheesy really ever. Yeah, it was cohesive, and they always had humor. Just before it was about to get that cheesy Marvel moment, they broke it up.
So, Special K, what you think about it?
I liked how, like, I don't know, every single person that I didn't like in the first movie, I ended up liking in the second one.
Whoa.
I can see where she's coming from, though. Like,
yeah,
so
like
did you not like anyone in the first movie?
No, I liked I'm talking about the bad guys. Like, Nebula was a bad guy, like, she wanted to kill her sister forever, and she ended up like you said.
So you're more about that reversal of character, like they.
Yeah, I like that
because she's more three-dimensional. You understand where her anger is coming from, her hate, her wrath, and
I like seeing how hate can turn into love, or not even like hate, because love is hate. So I don't know, just
damn.
They just explained she was fueled by something. Yeah, she's right. They even did that with Kurt Russell's character, right? Ego. Mm-hmm. Like, when he was talking about his motives to doing this, I was almost like, I kind of get it. Like, he's bored and he has this power, and you're kind of like, you know, what would you do? And he just went over after millions of years. He's like, I'm going to, you know, I don't even know if he was really destroying the universe, right? He was just kind of making his own.
He was definitely destroying it.
He was terraforming the universe.
But he wanted to create from it. I don't think he wanted to, like,
but he was destroying the universe. He was destroying it and making it all him.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, to me, doesn't make any sense if you've been alone for millions of years. I don't really kind of understand why you'd want to make everything you. Like,
well, he said he was bored. He was bored of the life out there. So
that's true.
Yeah. So right. Without, I guess they didn't go into enough plot points. So in my head, it was more or less that he was going to create something that did excite him somehow, like procedurally generated almost.
How about this? Let's talk about this. I think we can say that this is the first actual decent Marvel movie villain. I personally think so. I felt like Loki in the first Avengers films was kind of lackluster. He was kind of boring. I think with Ego the Living Planet, we had a character who actually had some motive. A true motive.
Well, I mean, they stuck color right into his, like, home world of, you know what I mean? Like, they did. They had everything there to just shove, like, this character into him. And he was just developed from the beginning. Like, they kind of shoved the villain at the last part sometimes, but I mean, they experienced that love together. Like, he led Peter Quill to believe, you know. And I don't know. I mean, you kind of want to believe, yeah, he's using him to his ends meet, but at the same time, I think he did have some kind of love for him because he knew he was an extension of himself.
I like the fact that they built him up. I mean, you have Star-Lord, someone who's always kind of been searching for his father. He carried around a picture of David Hasselhoff in his jacket for so long. Yondu was kind of his surrogate father. And they take Ego the Living Planet, they make him his father, they build him up, all just to rip it all away from him. But they did it so beautifully, all while turning Ego the Living Planet into a villain. I think that makes for a really compelling story. And they managed to do that. Something that would otherwise be seen as heartbreaking, they made it funny. We were laughing the whole time, even during the most serious parts.
Yeah, it was still like I said, they broke up that Marvel cheesiness they usually have.
When there was the reveal of Ego the Planet admitting to putting the tumor inside Peter Quill's mother. First thing he does is he just gets the guns and he just shoots him.
Yeah, and that's what I love too, is that he thought he was so convincing and was creating this high for Star-Lord almost that he could just throw that out there.
That he could say whatever he wanted and it not affect him.
Yeah, you were it wasn't like a stupid point where you were like, oh, you're making it so the hero has a reason to kill him now. It kind of made sense.
Well, it shows where Ego is. First off, his name's Ego. Yeah. Make everything me. Okay, that all makes sense, right? Yep. But it shows how disconnected from mortality he actually is. He's, you know what I mean, this cosmic power, you know what I mean, that just lives forever, endlessly. Like, something like that is insignificant to him. And he said this on multiple occasions, how insignificant, you know what I mean, these other lives are, and how they don't really mean anything, how fleeting they are.
Did you believe him when he said he loved Star-Lord's mother? Did you believe that? Yeah, I didn't want to go back a fourth time, and I gave her a
I don't really believe it. I don't think so.
I wonder, though. I think
he might have loved her beauty. He probably loved her the way he loves creating beautiful things, or loves beautiful-looking things,
But I almost believed him where he said I had to do what I had to do, and that was put that tumor in her head and get rid of her, because why else would he do that if he didn't care for her?
And it's something he said it's something that he said that was praising to Star-Lord. From his mindset, he's saying, yo, this is how crazy bad I loved your mother. This is how special you are. This is how special your mother is that I had to assassinate her to even get back to my plan. So I actually believe that he did believe it, or that he did love her, and that he was praising his son and his mother, and again, he's so disconnected.
And realize something, too, is that Ego, I don't think, knew that Star-Lord had this power until at least the Infinity Stone.
The thing is, I don't think that...
That's probably true.
I don't think that he really loved his mother. I don't think he really loved Star-Lord. He just liked the idea of having someone that carried his genes that he could use as a vessel to terraform the fucking galaxy.
I never said he loved Star-Lord. I don't know.
Or the mother. I don't think he loved the mother
I
either.
think he might have loved the mother.
But the mother was fine as hell. I would have loved her.
I would almost argue, if you want to get deep, that is what caused his actual powers to be transferred to Peter Quill. Because he went around and met all these people, and there was that one
that he loved.
Ooh, that's you know what I mean?
That's a pretty good story.
So I don't know. He was a good character overall, and I do like you mentioned Yondu. They didn't make it. A lot of films will make it obvious that this is their true father character and stuff like that. We left Yondu. We knew he had some kind of affection, or at least.
Oh, for sure from the first movie.
You knew, but you didn't think it was at that capacity. And then when Yondu finally gets to explain himself, it was kind of a bit of a reveal. He was bottled up about this stuff, and he never really
He's
let
like,
on.
You stupid kid.
Yeah, but you realize I didn't let you go to this planet because I knew he was going to kill you. It wasn't even about you being part of my team, you know. And I didn't want that to happen to you. And look what he did. He in that last moment, he sacrificed him, and it made sense. It didn't come out of nowhere.
And it was a beautiful sacrifice.
Yeah,
it really was. It was heartfelt. And he's a character that was so good that you actually wanted him to live. I know I wanted him to live through
we all did.
To the next Guardians movie.
They built him up really, really well just to take him away.
But that's how you do it.
And while I disagree with the fact that they took him away, I'm comfortable with it just because of the fact that it was so poetic.
That's how you do it.
It made sense.
If you're going to kill a character, you have to kill a character that everybody cares about. Something that Quicksilver from Avengers
can learn a little something from.
Ouch. I love Quicksilver, but ouch.
Also, I mean, hopefully they kill off Hawkeye in the next Infinity movie or the next Avengers movie. Hawkeye gotta go. Hawkeye gotta fucking go. I'm tired of Hawkeye.
Everyone's saying that, but
Hawkeye's whack as fuck.
He's just one of those side characters. But you know me, I don't go in for the Marvel movies. I mean, Avengers, it's fun on the silver screen. I tried to watch it at home before. I thought it was extremely cheesy.
Yeah.
And this film, I feel like I could actually sit down and watch it on my home television and say, hey, this is a good story. That's what I loved about the second Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
That caught me off guard. I was like, this plot is great.
It's good.
A great plot, and it's worth watching, again, because of that, you know? Not to mention the action scenes and stuff, which Yondu's scene
was epic.
That was pretty sweet, man.
Yondu is probably
really
the
cool,
most powerful character
Dude.
that we've seen. You know what I mean? Like outside of Super Saiyan Peter Quill and Kurt Russell, you know what I mean?
Yondu was on a whole nother fucking level. He took that little flute stick thing and he just
arrow,
whatever I guess it is an arrow, huh?
It's an arrow.
I don't know what I thought. Well, I mean, he whistles.
He's whistling.
But anyways, he fucked up everybody on that shit. What you guys think about Baby Groot?
Baby Groot was good. He's
alright. He had that comedic value.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the girls to go, oh,
he's
that character.
He's adorable.
They needed that.
Now, guys, what do you think about Teenage Groot? I
called
that.
That was
GenChi
funny.
called it.
I called
it.
Well, we knew he had to get older.
Showed up.
But it's funny, they put that in one of the... By the way, I don't know. I haven't seen all the Marvel movies, but out of those ending scenes after the credits, this had to be the most, right? There was 4.
There was 4 at least.
Yeah, it was a lot, and only one of them was seriously important.
I feel like all of them added something to the universe, added something that you wanted to see, and all of them felt, for the most part, pretty relevant. They didn't feel like they were just wastes. We had, the Adam Warlock one, the Teen Groot.
We had the Stan Lee one.
Okay, the Stan Lee one kind of could have gone, because that was
and
just...
then him practicing the whistle with the new arrow,
which
which broke up that great ending scene to me where it wasn't entirely happy. It was this real world of look, first of all, I could die at any moment. Especially Peter Quill. He's got that immortality's gone now. He can just die. It's so easy for him to pass. And then they zoom in on Rocket's face, and that tear rolls down his eye, and that was it. And I don't know why, but that was a really good way to end that film, because usually these Marvel films are ending on this really high note, and I kind of just like this grim background of...
It's kind of somber note.
Yeah, it's
But then they
somber,
lightened it back up with the...
Yeah, which they did throughout the movie. You know, they didn't make
because it's okay, so to me, it's the Scrubs effect. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Scrubs, but Scrubs will do this thing where it hits you with just the saddest shit,
True to
right?
life.
Just bam! This is so true, this is so heartfelt, and then with the left hand, they hilariously graze your cheek. And you're like, life is worth living. You know what I mean? And it's something that is a very fine line to walk, because you risk the movie just being I don't know, slapstick, or you can't take it seriously, or falling completely flat. It has no actual emotional punch. But this movie walked that line very well. Mm-hmm. It was able to be freaking hilarious almost all the time and deliver just powerful gut punches of like actual like legitimate raw emotion.
Okay, so with that being said, to wrap this thing up here, would you guys see the movie again?
Absolutely.
In theaters?
Shin says yes. GenChi definitely says yes.
And the ARC 1600 says yes. Hey, Special K, would you see the movie again in theater?
She probably said yes.
She probably said yes. Okay, yeah.
Yes, I would.
She would. Can you say it into the mic?
I would see the movie again in theater. And
yeah.
I don't usually watch movies twice, so that's a good thing.
Bam, that's a big deal.
There you go.
And I also don't watch movies twice. Agree with that.
All right. So with that being said, we are the IdiofreQ's. Freak on Freak Nation. Rate, comment, subscribe. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Facebook. Hit us up on YouTube. Wherever. Peace out.